just wanted to start off by saying that the reason that we asked you all here today was we wanted to talk and give you an opportunity to ask us questions about two pieces of legislation that the Senate seems to be trying to fast track under the cover of the holiday season that would severely limit access to abortion care in the state of Ohio. The first, we'll have a hearing today. It's House Bill 79. It's somewhat like the Stupak Amendment was in the Affordable Care Act on the federal level. And what it would do is it would say that Ohioans would not be able to purchase insurance that includes coverage for abortion care, even if they pay for it with their own money. It's the excuse that supporters make for this legislation is that it's required to protect taxpayer funding from going to cover abortion services. But to be frank, that's absurd because that's an administrative function. That's not direct care. This legislation is not necessary because both federal and state law already prohibit state, tax dollar funding going for abortion care. So what this really is an opportune overreach on their part. The other piece of legislation that's coming up is House Bill 125, the so-called heartbeat bill, which would outlaw abortion at a point in pregnancy when many women don't yet realize they're pregnant. It has no adequate health exception, no exceptions for rape or incest victims, and it would essentially require Ohio women who need abortions for health reasons to wait until they're sick enough that they're near death before they would qualify for care under this law. This obviously, both bills interfere in the doctor-patient relationship. They practice medicine without a license. It's an absolutely inappropriate way for politicians to be involved in the health care of Ohioans. And to boot, they are out of touch with Ohio values. It's not what they campaigned on. As you all know, the last election was about jobs in the economy. They're supposed to focus like a laser beam on that. And yet this week we're going to have 3 hearings on abortion-related legislation just this week. And they've already passed 3 pieces of legislation and appear to be poised to pass the 2 that we just discussed within the week. But the kind of new piece of information that we wanted to bring to you, in particular with our partners here at the ACLU of Ohio, is the fact that House Bill 79 and House Bill 125 are now also unconstitutional under the state constitution since the passage of Issue 3. At the end of our statement, we included the language from the amendment, and it says very clearly in Section B, no federal, state, or local law or rule shall prohibit the purchase or sale of health care or health insurance. And as you can plainly see, that's exactly what House Bill 79 and House Bill 125 would do. With that, I'd like to introduce Gary Daniels from the ACLU of Ohio and have him talk to you about their plans.
Thank you, Kelly. As she said, my name is Gary Daniels. I'm the Associate Director for the ACLU of Ohio. Like you guys, I spend much of my time over here watching what's going on, and I think there had been some question for a while as to what exactly the Senate, at least, was going to do with House Bill 125, but I think now it's quite clear. These bills, as Kelly had mentioned, voters here in Ohio don't see these issues as paramount to their daily individual lives. They want legislators focusing on such things as jobs and the economy and schools. I think that's quite clear, but instead what this General Assembly has done since the very beginning of the session has decided that apparently the message voters were sending to them was that they should be restricting the rights of women to choose. And we're at a point now where I think it won't surprise anybody if both of these bills are passed into law and signed into law. And the ACLU has announced early this morning with our press release, we will sue. Pass these bills into law. We think they're quite unconstitutional for a variety of reasons. I will be testifying on House Bill 79 at 4 o'clock today in front of committee, and we've weighed in on these bills before. We will continue to do so, but I think that the time has come now where, again, it's quite clear that these bills are going to pass and be signed into law, and like we have always done, we will be there in court to defend the reproductive rights of Ohio's women. So I think that's probably the big announcement from the ACLU today.